Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Football Manager 26 here in a little bit of a mid-season break episode. I know I didn't do a good job of the first half of the season in terms of recording our trials and tribulations of the OTP Big Liga, here Hungarian football's top domestic division. But we are indeed in a relegation spot. We were expected to be fighting against relegation, and we are in one of the two relegation spots at 4 3 and 11, negative 13 goal differential, 15 points, 3 points behind ZTE, 4 points behind Jakovar, 8 points behind the next team. So, like, realistically, with 15 matches to go, we've got to try to catch one of them if we're going to avoid relegation. And I don't think we are. Like, I don't think this team is good enough. We do have 927,000 euros in the budget or in the bank. That is very drastically getting spent. However, we're almost. How the heck? What? How are we? What? No, what? Dude, that's a future contract. Anyway, sorry. Allegedly, we're over our wage bill, but we're not. That we made a signing for the future, and somehow. Anyway. Um, we did fire our entire coaching staff. Well, okay, our set piece coach left on his own, but the rest of our coaching staff, because we are just dead last in goals. So we brought in Poshi. Locke is going to help with our passing, and then I'm doing defense. We are trying to find. We offered a job to a new set piece coach, and all of them can play in the 5-3-3 or the 3-4-3 or whatever you want to call this tactic that we are going back to. We tried playing with a 4-3-3. It didn't work. We're trying to sell a lot of the players that we brought in because they haven't worked. All of our coaches are taking a coaching class to try to improve. Valerio was our latest free agent signing. We wanted to go inside as a striker, but he doesn't want to sign with us. And you can see he's going down. 6'1", 27-year-old French national has made one appearance at a 6.6 rating. But yeah, it's been a long slog, and we're going to go ahead. I don't know if we're going to get to a friendly or not. Probably we'll get to an official match, but with all the coaches who could play the tactic, we're trying to get rid of a lot of the players who couldn't play the tactic. Or that we brought in and, thinking we were going to play the tactic, and they just ended up not being able to play it. Or playing very, very poorly to the point that Ominger is going to be our new midfielder for next year, or one of them. So we made two signings for next year if we can stay up. I mean, I don't think either one of those players, if we get relegated, are going to be on the team, and I don't even think I'll be the manager if we get relegated. Under, who is our new set piece coach, we will accept that. Oliver Tomash, our old center back on loan, his contract is ending. We tried to re-sign him, but he was like, "Man, you have to be doing better than what you are right now." So all of our coaching positions have now been filled by coaches who can coach and address our tactic, and it's just who. Mate top 27,500 euros. He's one of the new players we signed. Yep, we're gonna let that go. I think he's also one of the players on our team who is unhappy, which has hurt our locker room dynamic because it is now poor. Yep, Mate Toth. We brought it as a star player, thinking he was going to be able to play. I'm not sure really what one of the defensive midfield positions. Zero marking, great determination, but no marking. And 6.74, 17 appearances in the league. 0 goals, 0 goal contributions. Overall, he made 18 appearances, including the Magyar Kupa. No goals, no goal contributions. Literally, the man did basically nothing in 18 matches. So, we're not going to get our money back. Oh my god. Talk to the board. We have no intention of playing him. Oh my god. They give up on top. Good job. You just cost yourself 30 grand and wage money. Good job. Good job, board. Good job. I know that happens, right? But it's just like another example of the hilariousness of this season. And that's a part of why I haven't uploaded a video because like I kind of swore and I would get really mad. Not that that's a good thing, but it's just like it's like the team like everything I told them to do, they wouldn't do. It was really kind of amazing in a way. Like I would say, don't take long shots. All we take are long shots. Work the ball into the box. We never work the ball into the box. Mark it tight. Tackle harder. Don't mark and never take the opportunity to tackle. It's just like stay wider. Run inside. It was just like a circus, and so that was part of why I wanted to hire everybody whose favorite formation was mine, and we'll go back to this one because I thought, okay, well maybe that'll help, right? Getting coaches who could, really coach just this specific formation, that might help. And then I was like, okay, well, selling a bunch of players to try to get us a little bit of money and also trim out the bench, maybe that'll help. We did the bright news. Our youth and training facilities have been upgraded to adequate. So I mean, there's that. We did get the youth intake preview. It was very, very poor. So I mean, not a big surprise there because the board will let me upgrade the youth recruitment. Right now, I mean, theoretically, we could try to scout outside of Hungary, but we don't have the money for that. Yeah, it's just been a mess. Like, we can't score. We give up bad goals. The players we expected to be good have just really not shown up all that much. Tomas wants to discuss personal matters. Yeah, I'm gonna let him leave. Like, he wants more playing time. I mean, he's not bad, but like, is he really that good? I don't think so. So we're going to let him go. He waited until after. I mean, I guess he would have waited the midseason break and then came back and was like, "Man, I need to play," which leaves us with Hesh basically. Actually, yeah. Actually, we don't have a third force center back. If we're still employed and if we're still in the league next year, we only have three center backs under contract right now on the seniors team. Because Hesh and Varga were going to let go. I was planning on bringing Tomas back and using him a lot as a sub, but he wants to go, so now he's transfer listed. I just the Toth thing still cracks me up with the board though. We're going to get 27,500. It's like, yeah, you have to get at least 30. I would understand blocking the transfer if there was one of those things where it's like, hey, we think we can get 10 million, they're offering us one. That's worth it. When you're talking like 2.5 grand. Keith Toff is injured. Is really early back. Well, no, Carolina can play a backup defensive midfielder. 3 to 9 days, thankfully not too long. But yeah, I mean, I just have 2 more days of the closed transfer window. I am gonna try to sell. Like, I'm gonna continue to try to accept the offers, and hopefully the board will not continue to block them. And we have two friendlies right before we start off at home. PAP feature because of a release clause. Like, if somebody gives me a lot of money, I'll probably take it. I mean, I don't necessarily want to sell it, but at the same time, what's the saying? Everybody has a price, right? And I mean, I do think that's largely true. Oh, of course, another injury. Rajaman Horvath, a winger who can play both wings, but again, we're not really using a winger anymore. Regular starter, 625 euros weekly. Cannot play at all, apparently, in the middle. Why? I mean, when I thought I was going to play the 4-3-3, this made all the sense in the world. I mean, he can play a little bit as a striker, but maybe that's what he'll play as. Budafolk for Varga. Fine. 5 to 12 days. I mean, the two players we could have brought in as wingers, we have both. I'm trying to convince to be strikers now. Kovac can come back as his suspension is over. Horvath will come up. So yeah, it's just Horvath could be a two-star poacher, right? Peralta Bauer, we think it'd be three. We also have a secondary striker and then the channel midfielder. But yeah, it's just a mess right now. I thought I'd be moving to transition to that 4-3-3 and get both wingers right. We have some decent midfielders, and we'd be set up. But this team, now I don't know. Right now I don't know because we stuck with our original formation. You know, we've lost 3 in a row to end the season. None of the players who were unhappy are leaving. Although we have a job interview. Deberson. They want me to take their job. 20,340 capacity, 1,503 season ticket holders. What was our expectation? Well, what was the expectation? Um, they've six major Koopa wins, 21 major honors, immaculate stadium, average traded youth, good corporate. I mean, they're not doing a lot better. Okay, so they are seventh, which is they're 8 points clear, or not 8 points clear, but they are 9 points clear of relegation and 8 points behind a European football spot. This is kind of wild to me. I don't. One of the reasons the board has decided to offer you an interview is because they feel you'd be an excellent fit for the club's somewhat scaled like vision for the future. They have good youth recruitment, adequate academy coaching. Neverson in Hungary. I'm trying to look it up, seeing if we can figure out how many people live here. I mean, we're already in the top division, so I get that, but like, 2023, they said there's a little bit over 200,000 people. Okay, it's owned by the council. We'll take the interview, right? And that's kind of how we'll wrap up the episode here. Um, we'll end the interview. Hello, Adrian. We would really like today so you can put forward our vision for the club and allow you to suggest any alterations for us to consider should we decide to hire you. I'm glad you've given me the chance to talk to the club. Let's get down to business. You don't have that much don't have all that much coaching experience. I've done very well in my limited time, yeah. So, Seeger, there's been a poor atmosphere in the locker room at your current club. How was that allowed to happen? And can you assure us that no such problems would occur here? Just as any group of people, one or two of my players are more challenging than others, and the dynamics of the group don't necessarily reflect an inability on my part to successfully manage. Also, yeah, I've learned from it. A certain malaise seems to have crept into your squad, and the players don't look happy. Why have you allowed that to happen? I don't. I feel like this is kind of like saying, yeah, but you're better set up here. It won't happen here. Um, yeah, I don't wish to approach your ability, but there are one or two players giving everyone else a bad name. We want to ensure that dear God, move on. Can you ensure that the locker room atmosphere is much better than it was at our previous head coach? Yes. You would potentially be replacing someone who did not enjoy a good relationship with their fans. Could you do better? I try to form a strong bond with the supporters in every way possible. We don't want a repeat of our last head coach. I will spend considerable time. I've done that, obviously. Work with limited resources. Yep. Do the right thing when it comes to money. Are you the right person to turn it around? I'm all about motivation. That's what will get the job done. As soon as you need me. Top half finish. I would agree. 19,000 euros for transfer budget. Yeah. 105,000 a week. Agreed. No, I'm good. So the transfer budget, I think, would be less than what mine was originally. But the wage bill is about double. So, well, advance was to just see what happens from that. But that's interesting that they were willing to. Okay, well, we didn't advance very far because Horvath is going to be unveiled by us. But that's where we're going to wrap up the episode, and then we will simulate either to our first league match of the second half of the season or a job offer if it comes to that. But thank you everybody for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all later. All right, so we are back because I did upload the tactic from BVSC. Yeah. Okay. So Gerardo and Prez are inside forwards. They're good. 3.5 stars each. He's a 29-year-old Colombian. Kevin Perez and a 22-year Heriberto Gerardo, I believe, a 22-year-old Mexican national. I feel really good about that, right? Our wingers are good. Kone, I feel like the potential's there. The determination off the ball are good. Strength's not bad. Acceleration isn't terrible. Heading, first touch, and finishing average-ish, right? Probably will want to do better there. Our back wide and our midfield, not as great. Nabombe, a 19-year-old Belgian, 6'6". Whoo, boy. I almost feel like he should be played as a center back then. Yeah. Utkis, 26-year-old Lithuanian, 6'3". Yeah, definitely try to play him as a center back. This guy, 24-year-old Belgian, 6'2". I mean, not bad. But our back line looks better now. Bangura, 22-year-old Colombian, 6'5". We got some tall lads. 6'5", 6'6". I mean, if we had a back two, that would be insane. De Bill, a Belgian national, a goalkeeper. You know, Ka. I'm sorry, just Ka. He has a first name. And he is a load player, so you know what? I think we will let De Bell come in. Ooh, Nibombi is a load player. That sucks. We're going to want to try to re-sign him if we can. Ferrara, a 27-year-old Italian. 2.5 stars is out here. Nyson, 29-year-old Belgian. Okay. Magni, 27-year-old Belgian. Again, better in a back four, but can play a little bit there. Yeah, that was our center back we moved. So I think we had... Okay. Ibrahima Diaby, 19-year-old French national. Actually 2.5 stars, a box-to-box playmaker. Aikem, 23-year-old Ghanaian national. So Javier Fernandez could also play a little bit as a defensive mid. So what we're going to do, this dude, 33 years old. 33 years Diaby's going to go there. We really do need another. If we moved Fernandez in there. Diakite, 23 years old. Can kind of play both positions. Center back and on the out wide. Minda. Really good another really good winger. Got some great wingers. So that's good. Badera, 5'8", but could play a little bit up top or on the wing. So I feel like 37 years old though. That's troubling. Ferrara, oh, we already looked at him. I think we looked at him already. 2 stars. Otera, finishing at 14, 5'7". Kaku can play a little bit, 5'10". I might let him come in there. Guess he could play center back or mid. The Wild, 23 years old. Can't really play defensively in the midfield very well. Benitez, 26-year-old Argentinian. He's on a yellow though. Eric, 2-star Brazilian national. Can play a little bit as a defensive midfielder. Negora, a 21-year-old French striker. 6'4". Okay, and then we have Han der Bruggen. Oh, he's a 33-year-old guy. Okay. So he joined Cercle Bruges in July. 23-year-old Serbian national. And then this guy can play anywhere up top at 18-year-old. Ooh, I love the agility. We've got some really nice, like, wingers. Like, Gomez, 22-year-old, 6'3" French player. Can play center back. I think we'll let Rune stay because he can play center back or defensive mid. Verbit. He's joining. Is he better than Farrar? He's younger. And since he's going to be joining us in July, and hopefully I still have a job, we'll move him in. I don't know. Alright. So we've got 2 midfielders. We've got a wing back. We've got a wing back. Got a winger. Got a winger. Oh, he says he's a striker. Belmokhtar. Benitez, I think, will go up there eventually. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. 3-4-3. I think we'll play with a positive mentality. If we go balanced. What is this? What is this warning? Highest level. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's not a bad team. I mean, it's not going to get us anywhere in the top part of Belgium, but I think it's going to be okay. Let's just take a quick look at finances, and then I'll let you all go. 4.5 million euros in finances. Oh my God, we're spending 14,000 over the wage bill. We have 11.3 million in debt though. Wait, how does it say we have 14,000 available? How does how do we have 14,000 available when we're 14,000 over? That's interesting. We're gonna completely clean up our short list. Let's go in here and see what do we need for staff very quickly. We have a lot of vacant roles. Head of youth development, goalkeeping, fitness, sports scientist. Okay, so we have a lot of future roles. That we could use. Ooh, we do have that youth team. Yeah, I mean, I really do like this. I like this setup. I think we're gonna be at Circle Bruges. We're gonna try to become, a championship contender here, or a Champions League contender. And thank you everybody for watching. Hello everybody, and we're back. And I am conflicted. I am very conflicted. On the one hand, okay, we did just lose a friendly, but in fairness to our team and the tactic, we are so crap on the bench right now, especially with Sheshmir and Kuroy out. Like, our wingbacks were awful. Our midfield got awful. We don't have enough defenders right now because we released Varga and we let Bondi go, and that's on me. But that's not what's cracking me up. Um, so we did get the job offer from Debrecen. We turned down a couple job offers from interviews for Romania. If we look at my history, right, well, okay, we're trying to load here. Right, we got promoted last year. We're fighting against relegation. I am now 32 years old. I'm working for a Continental B license. I managed 52 matches. We're 24, 11, and 17, which is a 46% winning percentage. It's not terrible. It's not great. Circle Bruges. Cir- Circle Bruges has offered me a job as their manager. Now, I mean, so I'm conflicted. On the one hand, I see this as a big step up, right? And also a fresh start to try to learn from some of the mistakes I made in the past, correct? Pay transfer budget's not a lot more, but the payroll budget is kind of doubled. But then again, the players are probably making more. The facilities are in a better position. So part of me wants to stay in Vashutash and be like, man, we're gonna stay up. We're gonna beat the drop. We're gonna stay up, and it's gonna be all right. Part of me wants to say, dude, you're gonna go manage in a higher league. Even if you get fired, that's probably going to be good for your experience. Well, not good for your reputation per se, but good for your experience, right? You're in a different part of Europe, right? You'll get your name out there more. Maybe you can marry in League Deux, or one of the championship or lower levels in England, right? Because people will be familiar with you a little bit, or Germany might open up a little bit. I did get him promoted. Didn't win a trophy. Didn't win silverware. It's kind of like abandoning a sinking ship. that's it'd be a 900 a week euro wage increase. I think I have to do it. I mean, I don't think that I don't think we can not take them up on the offer. Right? I don't think we can. I think this is a job that we have to take. Um, they have good academy coaching, average youth recruitment. Club Bruges obviously is our big rival. We've won 4 pro leagues. Wait, huh? 3 pro leagues, 4 pro leagues. Okay. Uh, is it in sequences? Okay. And game records, all-time records. It's again. This is one of those things where it's like I wish the game had that immersion where it had like more of the history and everything in it. And maybe that's coming in future updates. I don't know. I just it, I do like BVSC and I want them to do well, but again, I think this is a job I have to take. Yeah, we finalized the deal, so we are going to be going to Circle Bruges, and we're at club number 2. Not a club I would have expected to offer me a job, but hey, Dabik takes over at Circle Bruges. Um, Freya says I'm a fantastic choice. Alan Minda is unhappy. Relegation battlers in the Pro League, so kind of a lateral step in that regard. We want to side French players. Interesting. Disappointed against Club Bruges because we're not. I guess 4,500 season ticket holders, 300,000 online. We have a youth intake preview. Oh, this is nice. Excellent group. Thank you. 61 days to go. Attacking midfielders. I mean, don't really have any of those right now, but center backs and strikers are all A. I mean, we were gonna have another poor intake at BVSC. 3 center back. Hey, we play with a back three. Strikers, wide midfielders. We don't have could maybe convert them to wingers, right? Fullbacks, we do have two, although they're considered to be D. We like quality at goal. I like this. I like that a lot. Thank you. Playtime, expectations for next season, review ongoing negotiations, responsibilities and tactics. So we won't do all of this on camera, but let's set up our old tactic. Okay, we're going to set up our old tactic, and we'll be right back while we kind of play through a little bit of this, and then we'll end. We'll take you to look at what our old tactic from BVSC would have looked like.